system, pain that it sends to you from regular illness that the body basically is supposed to send. And so this is the transcendence into the technology. FDA approval of neurostimulator device. And so let's pull it up on screen for you. Yes, it will look just like this. It will be in the back right here where the pelvis bone is. And basically it will connect into your neural system in your spinal cord and able to pulsate and block waves of neurological systems. And that means that they have via control inside of your body. So there it is. The human cyborg experimentation on the population. All to give you less pain, all to give you a better life, Just merge in with all the microchips. Just give it into the mark of the beast. It's going to be great for you. And that's what they want you to believe. And then it becomes so much more technology to be put inside of you until you have no control over yourself. When will this society learn? I'd rather die. Medtronic Submix rechargeable sacral neurostimulation device for FDA approval, October 7, 2019. It says the new InterStim Micro is about 80% smaller than the current version of the implant and hopes to offer an extendable device life of 15 years. Oh, so now it's going to give you that. Oh, this is your life extension technology here. Just merge in with the mark of the base. And then you get your life extension. Medtronic has submitted for FDA approval a new rechargeable version of its 20-year-old sacral neuromodulation implant designed to treat bowel dysfunction over active bladder urinary inconvenience or incontinence. The filing includes InterStim micro device as well as the company's SureScan MRI safe leads, which are compatible with new devices as well as non-rechargeable InterStim 2 system, potentially allowing new patients to receive that system to undergo previously unindicated full body scans and other imaging procedures. Both InterStim implants work by sending electrical impulses to the sacral nerves located near the base of the spine to help regulate signals sent between the bowel, bladder, and brain. InterStim Micro is about 80% smaller than the current implant. Yeah, we want it real. They want to make sure that implant's super small. Medtronic has done it. I got the information now. Let's see that symbol right there. Because usually I have some new order symbols. So basically they're hitting you with frequency waves through your nervous system. They can scan your full body. Then you're going to be tracked via the device. And from there, it's just, they're like, oh, you're going to get your life extension. And they said, oh, by the spring of 2020, we're going to put this thing on the market. And not most of the population has been exposed to this, but we want a higher exposure to this basically to get inside of your body and technologically control your neurological systems. And they also have admitted as well, scientists admit they have basically dropped biowarfare out of germ labs multiple different times. And here it is, global pandemic threat, human error, leak of lab viruses, now substantial probability. This came out just September 28, 2019. Deadly pathogens are being mutated in high security labs to become more contagious, while at the same time, the risk of catastrophic leak caused by human error in these labs is disturbingly high, a new study has found. Oh yeah, that's because that's what they always do over the years, and they admit it to you. And it goes back and tells you that through November 2018, 14 laboratories have been identified in this enterprise. Mr. Close argues the likelihood of one of those viruses escaping from a lab is as high as 30%, a risk too dangerous to live with. These viruses are an example of lab-created potentially pandemic pathogens, or PPPS. The risk of man-made pathogens pandemic from a lab escape is not hypothetical. Lab-originated viral outbreaks have occurred before. And here's what they tell you. Yeah, we dropped them on y'all. Mr. Klotz states that historical record reveals lab-originated outbreaks and deaths due to causative agents of the 1977 pandemic flu, smallpox escapes in Great Britain, Venezuela equine encephalitis in 1995. Oh yeah, the one that's happening now is man-made too. SARS outbreak for the SARS epidemic and foot and mouth disease in the UK in 2007. He added, ironically, these labs were working with pathogens to prevent the very outbreaks they ultimately caused. Because there is no intentional regulatory body to control the research of microorganisms that could potentially wipe out most of humanity, Mr. Close argues for a ban on most hazardous pathogens. And this is important because we need to give this information because it was always saying like, oh, nature develops all these new diseases. Nature, look, we have been saying that nature doesn't cause all of this stuff to happen. It's stuff in nature that happens, like, yes, when it get hot, there's diseases that come out. Yes, when it get cold, there's diseases that come out. Different types. We understand that. But they was like, oh, well, this is now they're admitting straight up that they dropped lab-made diseases, and now they're saying, oh, this is a threat now that possibly could happen again. So we're going to give you that report just to expose the system. And then the scientists that's basically talking about they're now aware of how oxygen reacts with cells. So again, this biological community are developing amongst the way. So we're about to go ahead and take you into that. As October 7th, the fundamental importance of oxygen has been understood for centuries, but how cells adapt to changes in oxygen levels has long been unknown. This year's Nobel Prize awarded work reveals molecular mechanisms underlie how cells adapt to variations in oxygen supply. So you already know the biological science is going to love to get these reports. So process involving metabolism and generation of new blood cells and all this other stuff. And now they're focusing more on how oxygen levels basically adapt, or cells adapt to oxygen levels. And you already know how there's putting stuff in the atmosphere and it's a biological plan. So lab man-made viruses basically they'll be operating with on the oxygen levels